hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026? All right, I'm sorry, you all. We're going to need a minute. Senator Benny.
And a string of
Are you good? Mitch?
Okay, Mitch. Anything else you want to say, or should we just go back to your office?
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So once again, we got to talk about what I believe to be one of the major problems with our Congress, which is the fact that we have too many fossils and old individuals who clearly are past their prime trying to make decisions on behalf of the American people. Now, we have talked about individuals like Mitch McConnell, for example, what you guys saw at the beginning of this video. Mitch McConnell has a long history of having mental malfunctions and falling all over the place. And he recently fell again, not one time, but twice. He fell in Congress. He first fell down the stairs near the Senate chamber, and then the second fall came during the Republican conference lunch in the same wing of the Capitol. So this guy is falling down the stairs. He's falling during lunches, carrying plates of food, okay? So he's getting food all over the place. He's messy because he can't stand up. He literally can't walk around. And I shouldn't be laughing because it's not funny. It's really not funny. But, I mean, it is crazy that you have these fossils that are walking around Congress.
Republican senators say outgoing GOP leader Mitch McConnell is fine after falling in Washington, D.C. during the Republicans' weekly lunch Tuesday. Reports indicate the Senate minority leader suffered a cut to his face, and medical personnel were seen leaving his Senate office Tuesday afternoon. McConnell's deputy, John Thune, told reporters he is fine. He's in his office. McConnell's office adding that he has been cleared to return to work. The 82-year-old has dealt with other health issues over the years, including twice freezing up in front of reporters for prolonged periods of time during press conferences. And here's video from one of those incidents that happened July 26, 2023.
after finishing the NDA this week has been good bipartisan cooperation and a string of
McConnell was then led away by other GOP senators. An aide for the longest-serving Senate party leader later told reporters McConnell said he had felt lightheaded and needed to step away for a moment. McConnell decided earlier this year he would step down as GOP leader. However, it's unclear if he will seek re-election in 2026.
Yeah, so this is the video of Mitch McConnell being carried out in a wheelchair while he's leaving the Capitol.
How are you feeling, Leader McConnell? How are you feeling, Leader McConnell?
And then there is Nancy Pelosi, who fell and broke her hip while on a trip to Europe. She fell down a staircase. Apparently, she was wearing heels, and she fell and busted her ass. And now there's video of her leaving the Capitol with a lot of assistance. Yeah. So you have Mitch McConnell, 81, Nancy Pelosi, 83. They're falling all over the place. Now we got to talk about John Larson, the subject of this story. He's 75 years old, a Democrat from Connecticut. He's been in the U.S. House of Representatives since 1999. He had an episode on the congressional floor while raging against Republicans and Trump, pretending as if they are trying to cut grandma's Social Security check. And he ended up having a medical emergency, or what seemed to be a medical emergency, a Mitch McConnell moment on the House floor. Take a look.
Don't worry, no one on the Republican side in the House and Senate who control both the House and Senate is going to speak up and challenge us. But we need to protect Americans' privacy and their social security. For 40% of all Americans, Social Security is the basis for their retirement and their retirement savings. And for 28 million Americans, Social Security is the only thing that they have. And that's why we have to make sure that we are protecting it as well.
The gentleman's time has expired.
The letter that
Yeah, so this guy claims that he had an adverse reaction to medication, right? This is what he's claiming. Honestly, I think that he's just old, right? I think he's old. I think that he had a mental malfunction, and we've seen this happen with Joe Biden. We've seen it happen with Mitch McConnell. We've seen it happen with Nancy Pelosi. Now we're seeing it happen with this guy. I think it's time for the American people to understand we gotta stop voting in these old fossils, okay? And I don't have a problem with old people. I think old people are some of the wisest people that we have. I value the wisdom of our seniors. But at some point, right, when you're telling the American people that, hey, you need to retire at 65, right? Maybe we should apply that to our own congressmen, right? Our leaders in Washington, D.C. If you clearly are having some issues making decisions, if you're having issues articulating yourself, completing sentences and things like that, if you're falling all over the place, breaking your hip, scarring yourself up like Mitch McConnell, having mental malfunctions on the congressional floor, then maybe, just maybe, this is not a job for you. Maybe you need to go ahead and retire. Now, who knows? We have certain cases like President Trump. President Trump is somebody that I still find to be mentally sharp. And I think that he's more than capable, despite the fact that he's getting up there in age as well, too. Okay, so you have some that are handling the aging process more gracefully than others. Okay, and I think that's the case with President Trump versus all these other people. But regardless, I think that we got to have term limits. This guy has been in office since 1999. Okay, so what, about 25, 26 years? I think that's long enough, right? I think that's long enough, okay? Nancy Pelosi, same thing. Mitch McConnell, same thing. They've been in office long enough. It's time for them to go. It's time for them to retire. Hang it up, okay? That's what they need to do. Go ahead and make that move to the nursing home, okay? We did a story about the one congressman, I think it was a Republican actually, out in Texas. She was living in a nursing home the whole time when she was supposed to be working on behalf of the American people. No, she actually was in a nursery home, okay? Too damn old. And this is happening all over the place. It's an embarrassment for this country. It really is. When other world leaders look at our country and they see that we live in a gerontocracy, yeah, that's not good. It means that we're weak, okay? We are a declining empire. because we have fossils in leadership. There's no way that these individuals have the ability to make informed decisions, good decisions, wise decisions about the future of this country, especially considering the rate of technological advancement and the complexity of the issues that we're dealing with nowadays. There's no way they can make decisions about this stuff. Not at their age, they can't understand it. So, again, I think a part of this agenda to drain the swamp, you have to at least bring a bill to the floor to establish term limits, right? That's what I want to see. I want to see Mike Johnson bring a bill to the floor to establish term limits. I also want to see him bring a bill to the floor to ban individual stock trading. Now, I believe that the politicians should be able to participate in the marketplace, because when America does well, then I think that politicians should be awarded for helping the country do well, and they should be able to participate in the broad success of the country, but they should not be able to do insider trading, which happens with individual stock trades. I mean, Nancy Pelosi can barely get around Congress, but yet she still has figured out a way to continue to make millions of dollars in the stock market, right? Again, it's funny how that works. It's amazing how that works. So yeah, that has to be a part of the agenda. Banning stock trading and term limits, okay? That has to come. I want to see that be a part of the agenda. I love what President Trump is doing from the perspective of the executive branch, but Congress needs to be reined in as well too, in regards to having all these old people that are not mentally capable of continuing to make decisions on behalf of the American people. We can't continue to have these people in office, right? So again, we need to limit the amount of time that they can be in office. I think 20 years is long enough, right? I don't think that any of these congressmen should be in office longer than 20 years, okay? I definitely get the argument of allowing them to be there long enough to carry out their agenda and to get things done and to become more informed about how Congress works, because that's what it takes in order to get stuff done, is to know how to actually do things and to build relationships and stuff like that. I 100% understand that argument. But if you can't do all that in 20 years, then, hey, maybe you're just not the person for the job, okay? I'm just saying. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.